Welcome to the 2016 presidential election. In this video, we will be teaching you how to register a vote, how to get involved in a campaign even if you are not old enough to vote, the 2016 presidential candidate stances on issues, the party platforms, battleground states, and the voting demographics tied to the candidates and parties. Registering to vote is an important aspect of voting. Without registering, you cannot vote in elections. How do you register to vote? First, you must be a U.S. citizen and a legal resident of whichever state you are registering with. In Georgia, you must be 17 and a half years old to register and at least 18-year-old on election day to vote. However, you cannot vote if you are a convicted felon or if you have been deemed by a federal judge to be mentally incompetent. If you fulfill the requirements that you need to register, you can get started now. First, you need to download and complete the State of Georgia application for voter registration. You can find this application on the internet, in public libraries, or other government offices. Mail your application to the address on the form. You should receive your voter registration card in 4 weeks. When voting, you will need to show this card and a current photo ID. If you are under the age of 18 and unable to vote, but you still want to get involved in a political campaign, you can help volunteer or campaign for a candidate that you feel strongly for. This would include tasks such as attending rallies, calling registered voters for their support, and going door-to-door campaigning. To get started, you can call the local campaign headquarters. Often, there will be a staffer that is ready to organize volunteers. Now we will go over the 3 remaining candidates in the 2016 presidential race and their different stances on different issues. In the Republican primary, Donald Trump is the only main candidate. He supports gun owner rights, more American influence overseas, and lower tax rates. He also opposes Obamacare, illegal immigration, free trade, and prioritizes keeping jobs in the U.S. He is also pro-life and believes global warming is a hoax. In the Democratic primary, Hillary Clinton is the frontrunner. She supports a path for illegal immigrants to citizenship, more American influence overseas, higher taxes on the wealthy, gay rights, free trade, Obamacare, and a higher minimum wage. She also supports clean energy and believes that climate change is real. In addition, she is pro-choice and opposes gun owner rights. The other candidate in the Democratic primary is Bernie Sanders. He supports immigration reform, gun owner rights, breaking up corporates and big banks, gay rights, universal health care, and free college tuition. He is also pro-choice and opposes American influence overseas. Usually, the candidates of the 2 major parties support their party's platform. For example, Donald Trump, the Republican candidate, supports many political stances on the Republican Party platform. On the other hand, Democratic candidates Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders support many of the political stances on the Democratic Party platform. On their party platform, the Republican Party is pro-life, supporting gun rights, and opposes LGBT rights. They also support lower taxes and less government regulation in the economy and more free trade. They are also less concerned with workers' rights, oppose governmental involvement in the healthcare system, and support the energy industry such as coal, oil, and natural gas. They also oppose environmental protection, which can restrict the economy. They also support harsher penalties for crime. On the other hand, the Democratic Party platform advocates pro-choice and LGBT rights. The Democratic Party also supports higher taxes, more governmental regulations in the economy and healthcare system, clean energy usage, environmental protection, workers' rights, and defendants' rights. The Democratic Party also opposes gun rights and free trade.
Now we're going to talk about general election strategies. Battleground states or swing states are states in which no candidate has overwhelming support, meaning that any of the major candidates have a reasonable chance of winning the state's electoral college votes. Examples of these states would be Florida, Ohio, Virginia, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Wisconsin, New Hampshire, Nevada, Iowa, Minnesota, and Colorado.
All candidates rely on voting blocks to elect them into office. Donald Trump relies on angry right-leaning voters, particularly white men and bigots. Hillary Clinton relies on minority voters such as blacks and Hispanics. Bernie Sanders' voting bloc includes progressive voters and young liberal student voters.
Even political parties rely on voting blocks. For example, the Republican Party relies on the white majority men, Catholics, older voters, and rural voters. The Democratic Party relies on minorities, women, Jewish people, younger voters, and urban voters. Thank you for watching, and we hope you learned a lot from this video.